Hey, I've been having some fun ripping some stuff apart. Pulled out the Dremel cutting tool and I wanted to show you guys what I did. So, first thing is I had this old Netgear wireless router, and it's got a bunch of LEDs on the front. And I took out the PCB that was sitting inside, and you can see I've added an Arduino, and then this thing. This is the PCB and antenna from one of those little fawn routers. You might recognize this thing if you know about the fawn stuff. It runs Linux OS on it, like a lot of the open source routers do. And there is stuff on the internet talking about how you can interface your fawn router through these serial ports right here to your Arduino, of course. So basically what I did, I wanted to save the way that the LEDs were stored or were positioned, and so I could line them up with the light bars or the places where the LEDs came through here. It turns out these LEDs are each two-part LEDs, green and amber, and then they come through the bottom. I'll wire them up to the Arduino somehow. And actually there's 3 LEDs on this guy that I'll probably wire up to these 3 to keep that indicator since I pulled it out of its case. But the thing that was wrong with this particular router is that it was overheating, and this cap seems to either been damaged in the overheating or something, I don't know. But what I did is I took my Dremel tool out, my Dremel cutting tool out, and I basically cut the center out of this thing, and probably pull off maybe that switch. It's a nice little switch. I don't know if there's anything else worth having on there, but I did a great job. And you can see the original PCB around here. I also Dremeled off all the little components on it just to make sure that it wouldn't act weird with some of each of these LEDs, make sure they'd act properly. And then I also had to cut this piece off of here so that I could put the fawn antenna in here. And that's not a perfect job. Right now, just wedging the washer and that nut up against the antenna mounted on there. If I get another washer in there, and it'd probably work a little bit better. But it's doing fine for now. I haven't actually turned any of this stuff on. Of course, I'll also have to figure out how to keep this PCB off of this one so that there's not any shorting out as a result of all that. But in the end, I'm hoping this project will become some sort of fun indicator, internet-powered social indicator or something like that. I'm thinking the casing can probably be painted and put my own name in there. The name Netgear here and all these indicators along the edge here, which you can't really see well in the video, are actually just on a piece of paper. So I can take each one of these pieces off and pull the paper out and replace it with my own. I can brand it as whatever I want. So that's, well, it's not exactly paper, it's a little plastic thingy, but I'm sure you can replace it with paper and be just fine. So I can put my name instead of Netgear on there, and I can change up what the symbols for the lights are, and instead of these generic 1, 2, 3, 4, it can actually mean something pictorially. Anyway, that's the fun I had tonight, and who knows when I get back to this project, but it's been fun messing around with it. Alright, bye.